everyone. Welcome to Yoga with Danielle. It's been a while, but let's go ahead and get started on our mats, okay? Today, if you happen to have a block, use it, okay? Other options is a pillow from the bedroom, your couch. Also, I have here a Pilates ball. You're welcome to use that also for just one portion of the class, okay? So you can grab those props, and if you don't have them, don't worry about it. You can do the whole practice without any props at all, okay? So you'll just set that off to the side, and we're gonna get started on our backs in Supta Baddha Konasana. Okay, so slowly roll down, soles of the feet together, knees out nice and wide, and you can place one hand on your heart and one hand on your navel. And first here, just feel your body along the mat. Allow yourself to get settled, and of course, if this position doesn't feel good, right, straight legs, even the yoga resting position also works as well. So don't feel that you need to stay in one spot if it doesn't feel right for you, okay? We want to really listen to our body. We want to tune in to how we are feeling today, whether you're doing this practice in the morning, the afternoon, or evening. Just really want to check in with yourself. And then we're going to start to focus on our breathing. So we'll take a nice big deep inhale in through the nose. Big exhale out through the mouth. 2 more times, inhaling in through the nose. Big exhale out through the mouth. Good, and 1 more time, inhaling in. Big exhale out. And feel free to continue those open mouth exhales as long as you need to, and even in moments through the practice. But we also want to start to practice our Ujjayi breath, breathing in and out through the nose as best as we can. And remember, the breath isn't forced. We want it to be just as natural as it can be. And once we start to find that rhythm, it might take a while, right? But once we start to find that rhythm, then we can start to elongate the exhales. And this helps calm our nervous system down, and it allows us to feel calm. It helps us arrive on our mat, to be present. Good, just a few more rounds here. Again, just slowing the breath down as best as you can. Seeing if you can let those exhales be a little bit longer. Okay, on your next inhale, slowly stretch your arms up over your head, giving yourself a nice big stretch with the arms and the shoulders. You can let your ribs pop open. And then slowly reach your arms down and around to the outsides of your legs to help guide your legs together to touch, okay? And then from here, you can do little window wipers. And remember, these can be big or small, just shifting around a little bit from side to side. Okay, great. And then let's take that one full body stretch again, okay? So this time we'll add the legs, stretching the legs out. You can point your toes, arms can reach up over your head, giving yourself a nice big stretch. Inhale in, exhaling, gathering your knees into your chest, rocking from side to side, just massaging the low back. Okay, great. And then while we're here, we're going to take our hands either on top of the knees or even behind the knees as well too. We're going to separate the knees and we're going to circle the knees and the hips around to create some circling in the hips for the hip sockets, for mobility, for strength. Good. And then we'll reverse those circles. Okay, awesome, good. And then from here, we're just gonna set the feet down. We're gonna straighten the legs back out onto the mat and have your legs about as wide as your mat, okay? And then we're gonna take the right ankle, we're gonna cross it up and over the left. Okay, arms can reach up over your head for a little side bend. If you wanna go deeper, you can crunch up and then shift your shoulders and your head and your neck over to the left. So here we are in our banana split, fallen banana asana on the ground, getting a good stretch here through that right side body. And again, arms can kind of just be wherever feels good and your focus as well. So I'm grabbing a hold of my right wrist with my left hand and then just breathing into this right side. Good, same for just a few more deep breaths. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhaling, we'll gently unwind and then unwinding the legs, making sure they're nice and wide as the mat. And we'll switch sides, left ankle up and over the right. Good, stretching the arms up over your head, grabbing a hold of that left wrist. Okay, if you want to go deeper, you can pick those shoulders up, slide them over to the right a little bit more for your banana asana. C curve, side bend stretch. And just holding here, breathing here. And again, practicing that Ujjayi breath and elongating the exhales. Just a little bit more in and out through the nose as best as you can. Beautiful. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhaling, gently unwinding. Go ahead, bringing your feet back onto the earth. Knees will be bent. Good. And then from here, we're just going to do our little marches, okay? So pelvis stays the same. Nothing moves in the upper body, lower body, as in the pelvis area, okay? We're going to float that right leg up into tabletop, and then we're going to gently lower it down. Left leg floats and lowers. We're just going to go back and forth just a few times just to kind of get things ready and warmed up so that we can move into some core work right away on the ground here, okay? Good. And remember, something small like this is working those deep abdominal muscles. It really supports pelvic floor, sacrum area, okay? So staying with this the entire time as we progress is absolutely cool, okay? So just listen to your body. You're welcome to stay here and march for the rest of the time, okay? And we're just gonna increase a little bit of the challenge each time, but this, of course, is challenging enough for me on some days. As you know, I've always worked through some injuries, so it's important to stay where you are at, okay? So continuing with the marches, or you can float both legs up into tabletop, okay? And it's important that we keep and maintain this tabletop space with our legs, okay? So we're gonna reach the right foot away. So you can see I'm not bending the toes down. I'm keeping that tabletop as I reach away. Maybe the toes touch the mat, maybe not. And then we'll switch. Left leg gently lowers and lifts. This could be a half an inch, a whole inch, okay? It doesn't have to be low. And again, try not to move anything in the low back, right? So I'm not arching, I'm not pressing deeply into the mat. I have this neutral spine. as I'm moving mindfully and with my breath, okay? So we're doing about, I don't know, 5 on each side-ish, okay? You can do less, you can do more, you can go slower, you can go faster, okay? And again, just really making sure you're using that strong lower abdominal muscles. Okay, I know for me, I feel this like in my whole ab section. Okay, let's just do one more. Good, okay, and then we'll take a little break. Good, you can hug those knees in, rock from side to side. Okay, good. Hugging the right knee into the chest, left leg goes out nice and long, and we'll take that right leg all the way across to the left for a supine twist. Right arm can reach out to the right. Good, focus can land wherever feels good on your neck. And let's just hold here for 3 slow, deep breaths. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Good, 2 more. Good, inhaling in, and then slowly on your exhale coming back to the center. And we'll switch legs out. Right leg long, left knee into your chest. Give it a nice good squeeze. Remembering this is so good for your digestion and your hip socket. And then we'll take that left leg across to the right, left arm out to the left. Holding here, breathing here. 3 slow, deep breaths. Good, stay for the inhale. On your exhale, slowly bringing that left leg back to the center, and then slowly releasing the left leg down to the right, okay? All right, and then we're gonna kind of add all of those together, okay? So we're gonna plant the feet back onto the mat, and again, remember you can continue with the marches if that felt challenging, okay? Or even with the legs floating and marching as well too. Okay, so this is where we're gonna grab our prop, okay? If you have a block or yoga ball, you can use that for this, okay? And then I'll also demo it without a prop also, okay? So we're gonna take the block the long ways here, and we're gonna press it up against our right thigh bone and our elbow, okay? And again, this is just our the Pilates ball also, okay? So you can press this into the prop, okay? Or you can press your elbow into your knee as well too. And if there's a little bit of space, that's fine also. You just wanna kind of maintain this tabletop position. So let's talk about what the legs are doing first, okay? So legs are both gonna be in tabletop, okay? We'll have that block pressed into the right leg. Left leg is gonna float up, okay? So leg can be straight, okay? It can also be bent, and you can kind of continue doing those little high marches, okay? Or the left leg will go straight, and then we'll lift and lower the leg up and down just 5 times, and then we'll switch sides, okay? So how I'm kind of demoing it right now, I'm not doing it fully full out. You could do it this way too if, it feels challenging enough, just like this, okay? I'm just pressing my hand into my block into my hand, and then again, if you don't have a prop, you can just use your hands to press also. But we're gonna add a twist to this, okay? So, block, elbow. We're gonna crunch up, lifting the shoulder blades up off the mat. Left elbow comes across to the right side, so right leg is bent, block. Right hand can reach out, or it can also be behind your head. Left leg's gonna float up. We're gonna hold here, breathe, inhale in. Exhale, lower the leg down and up. And again, it doesn't have to be this big, it can be really small. We're just doing 5 of these. 2, good, arm can also be here. 3, 4, and 5. Good, and then slowly bend and then lower back down. Take a break if you need to, rock from side to side. It's really tough when you go nice and slow. And remember, if this leg is moving, it can move up an inch, down an inch. It doesn't have to go all the way down, and you don't want to rest it all the way on the ground. You want to make sure it's floating so you're really engaging those abs, okay? Second side, block into the left leg. Crunch up, right elbow into the block, okay? And you want to try to lift those shoulder blades up off the mat. Right leg extends up towards the ceiling. We got 5 of these. Breathe and lift. Good, lift and lower. Good, 3 more. 3, crunch up, 2, last one, and up, good, and then lower down, hugging, rocking from side to side, massaging that low back. Okay, great. All right, from here, we're gonna grab behind the legs, a little more abdominal work. Okay, we're gonna rock forward and backwards to catch ourselves in boat pose. Okay, rock us up as much as you need to, as many times. And then once you arrive, we'll roll the shoulders, lift the chest, legs are in tabletop, arms reach forward. Good, stay here, don't forget to breathe, no holding the breath. Good, right ankle crosses on top, hug the knees in, lower the legs down, we'll fold forward over those legs, just rounding over here. Good, you guys, breathing. Again, slowing the breath down. Great, from here we're gonna walk our hands away from that right leg. So we walk our hands over towards the left diagonal, ground the hands down, press the hips down into the mat. Maybe getting a little extra stretch to the outer right glute, but I know for me, I really feel this in that backside body. Good, slowly walk your hands back to the center. And then we'll slowly rise up, okay? Gathering your legs together, leaning back again. Here we go, boat pose, second time. Again, toes can stay down or you can float them up. Okay, again, listen to your body, listen to what you need and what feels good. Good, inhale in, exhale out. Left ankle crosses on top, hug those knees in. Gently lower the legs down, fold forward, forward fold. Great, walking the hands away from that front leg, the left leg, so we walk our hands over towards the right diagonal. Ground the hands to help sit the hips back and down. Breathing into that left side body, that left outer hip. Good, hands walk back to the center, rising back up. Okay, we got one more, third boat pose, gathering the knees together, leaning back. Again, maybe the toes float, maybe the arms reach away. Sitting up nice and tall, flex through the feet, spread the toes out nice and wide. Good, let's take a little release here. Okay, we're gonna ground the feet about hip distance apart, arms gonna reach back behind you. Roll the shoulders, lift the head, the neck, the chest, coming into reverse tabletop. Good, you guys. Great, and then from here we'll lower the hips down, we'll swing the legs around, or you can cross your ankles for tabletop. Actual tabletop. Okay, so hands under the shoulders-ish, knees under the hips-ish, okay? Toes can be tucked under or pointed back behind you. We'll drop the belly, arch up, lift up. Exhaling, rounding the spine. Good, so inhaling cow. Exhaling cat. Go ahead and just finding your own pace here. Okay, good, and then we're going to come back into a neutral tabletop where we get to do a little more core work, okay? So some balancing here. Left leg back, right arm reaches up over your head. When you're ready, maybe the toes float up off the mat and really rotate the toes down, heel up, abs up and in, nice long spine. Okay, straight legs, straight arms. We're gonna tap straight down and we're gonna lift right back up 5 times, okay? So tap down, here's 2. Tap down, here's 3. Tap down, here's 4. Last one and 5. Hold it. You can continue doing that, or inhale in, exhale, round the spine, elbow and knee come together to meet. Good, 3 of these. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, round in. Last one. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, round in. Inhale, reach out. Hold, pause, and then exhaling, lowering everything down. We'll switch sides. Right leg back, left arm forward. When you're ready, maybe the left leg floats, toes down, heel up, arm reaches forward. Nice long spine. And we got 5 taps. Straight leg, straight arm, tap down, lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Hold it up there. We've got 3 of these. Inhale in. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, round in. Last one. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, round in. Good. Inhale, reach out. Hold, pause, and then slowly lower all the way back down. Big toes together, knees out nice and wide, shifting your hips back and down. A well-deserved child's pose, okay? And then hold there, breathe there. Good. Hands walk over towards the right diagonal. Good. And then slowly walk your hands back to the center and then over to the left diagonal. And then slowly bring your hands back to the center, shifting forward, tucking the toes under, and we'll make our way into our first downward facing dog. And in this downward dog, feel free to be playful, pedal the feet out, sway your hips from side to side, just anything to get the lower body warmed up. All right, when you're ready, we're gonna look up at the hands. We'll gently travel to the top of the mat. Forward fold, take your time. Good, feet will be about hip distance apart, hanging on to opposite elbows, gently swaying from side to side. Let the head hang nice and heavy. Good, and then when you're ready, lower those hands down. We'll soften the knees and we'll slowly roll up to come all the way up to standing. Good, roll the shoulders back. Arms will reach up over your head and exhaling, hands at your heart center. All right, good, you guys, we've made it up to standing. All right, inhaling, arms reach up over your head. Grab a hold of your right wrist. We'll side bend up and over to the left. Good, rising back up, switching sides, left wrist, side bending over to the right. Good, rising back up. Let's exhale, fold forward, forward fold. Good, and then from here, let's just go ahead and step back, plank pose, okay? So we're gonna step back plank, just a really slow sun salutation, that's all we're doing, just kind of getting ourselves ready. Okay, so scooping the abs up and in, nice long spine. Try not to look back at your feet or your navel, right? We wanna look past our fingertips, nice long spine, and then scooping the abs up and in, right? So we wanna feel ourselves press away from the floor, fill up that back body, okay? So it's really strong, we're pressing away, good. And then straight legs or bent knees, we'll lower all the way down onto our abdominals. Point the toes back behind you, and then we'll lift up into Sphinx pose. Elbows and forearms down, pressing up through the crown of the head. Again, pressing the tops of the feet down into the mat. Let's go ahead and take right ear to right shoulder. Good, chin slightly forward. And we'll round that out by dropping the chin to the chest, nice and slow. Good, lifting the head back up in line with the spine. Left ear to left shoulder. Chin slightly forward. Gently round it out, chin to chest. And then we'll lift the head back up in line with the spine. And then exhaling, we'll lower down, hands draw back under the shoulders. Okay, we got 3 cobras here. Roll the shoulders, inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Good, 2 more, okay? So keeping those elbows bent. So if you go up even higher, just wanna keep that soft bend in the elbows. Exhale, lower back down. One more. Inhaling, lift up. Exhale, lower right back down. Okay, and then from here, we're gonna press ourselves back into child's pose first. Okay, so let the tailbone lead. Child's pose. And then when you're ready, downward facing dog. So good, everyone. Nice full deep breath in. Big deep breaths out. Good. Inhaling, looking up the hands, gently traveling to the top of your mat. Take your time, forward fold. And then when you're ready, we'll slowly rise up, flat back or rounded spine to come all the way up to standing. Arms will reach up over your head. Exhaling, hands at your heart center. Okay, so let's just move through the Sun A, just at your own pace. Okay, of course I'll cue it, but you can always go a little bit faster or slower. Okay, and you're welcome to do the same version that we just did as well too. Okay, inhaling, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhaling, lengthening up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhaling, planting the hands, stepping back plank. Moving through your push-up into your back bend of choice. And we'll all meet back, downward facing dog. Good. Inhaling, looking up at the hands, gently traveling to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhaling, lengthening up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhaling to rise up to come all the way up to standing. Exhaling, hands at your heart center. All right, moving into our legs here, okay? We're gonna step the right leg back behind us, coming into high lunge. Arms will reach up over your head when you're ready. Pausing here, breathing here. Good, inhale in, exhale, twisting, right hand down, left arm up towards the sky. High revolved lunge, you're always welcome to drop the knee down if you need to. Breathing here. Opening up here. Good, one more breath. Exhaling, left hand lowers down. We're gonna straighten the front leg for wide leg pyramid pose. Okay, so just straightening the left leg as best as you can. It doesn't have to be fully straight. Just wanna give a little stretch to that left hamstring. Okay, good. We're gonna bend back into the left leg. Okay, where we're gonna step forward, forward fold. Good, inhaling, lengthen up halfway. Exhaling, folding forward, forward fold. I got my AC unit here a little bit in the way. We're gonna rise up to come all the way up to standing, but we just do what we can, okay? Exhaling, hands at the heart center. All right, switching sides. Left leg steps back, high lunge. Good. Roll the shoulders, lift the head, the neck, the chest. Arms reach up when you're ready. And again, shoulders are dropped down. Good. Pausing, breathing here. Good, you guys. Inhale in, exhale, hands lower down, left hand down, right arm up towards the sky. Good. And again, focus can be wherever feels good on your neck. And we're just holding for 3 deep breaths. Okay, just opening up here, dropping the hips down, pressing through that back leg. Good. Inhale in. Exhale, right hand lowers down. We'll straighten the right leg. Wide leg pyramid pose. Opening up that hamstring, the back of the leg, the calf. we're gonna bend back into that right leg. We're gonna step forward, forward fold. Lifting up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana if you have the space. Exhaling, folding forward, forward fold. Inhaling to rise up to come all the way up to standing. Exhaling, hands at your heart center. Okay, great. We're gonna grab that prop again, that block if you have it. And again, you don't have it, it's okay. We're just gonna use it as a tool to measure our push-ups, our chaturangas, okay? Another, thing you could use, I guess, I didn't even think about this, but, a Kleenex box could work too, right? It's not as big as the block, but it's just that height to kind of just know how far you're bending your elbows, how low your shoulders are going, okay? So you can kind of think of some tools you can use, right? A potted plant, okay? All of those things. So we're just gonna have our block up at the top of our mat, okay? And we're gonna do the exact same thing. We're just gonna add on a little bit, okay? So we're gonna step the right leg back behind us, coming into that high lunge. Okay. Arms reach up over your head. Okay. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhale, twisting, right hand down, left arm up towards the sky. Good, inhale in, exhale, hand lowers down, we'll straighten the front leg, wide leg pyramid pose. Good, from here we're gonna bend back into the left leg. Back knee drops down, okay? And then we're gonna step back into tabletop, okay? And then this is where we're gonna take our block. It can be at the highest level or that lower level, okay? That Kleenex box level, okay? We're in our tabletop, okay? In tabletop, you can stay or you can set yourself up into full plank or half plank, okay? So I'm gonna set myself into half plank. I'm going to reach the right leg back, float the right leg up, and then here we are for single leg or three-legged chaturanga push-ups, okay? We're gonna lower down and lift right back up. Just 3 of them, nice and slow. So again, not going super low. We can hover over that block. Good, nice and gentle, right back up, good, and then we'll lower down, and then when you're ready, you're gonna make your way into downward facing dog. Good, so a little bit of strength for those legs, for those arms, okay, for the core, full body. I know it feels like it's just arms, but it's everything. Good, you guys. Inhaling, looking up at the hands. Gently stepping, traveling to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhaling, lengthen up halfway. Exhale, dive forward. Inhaling to rise up to come all the way up to standing. Exhaling, hands at the heart center, okay? Second side, left leg steps back, high lunge. Just moving through it a little bit faster, okay? Good, inhale in. Exhale, hands lower down, left hand down, right arm up towards the sky. Good, breathe here. Exhale, hand lowers down, we'll straighten that front leg, wide leg pyramid pose. Beautiful, we're gonna bend back into that right leg. Drop the back knee, tabletop. Good, there's your little tester, your little visual to help you with your push-up, okay? Good, and again, it can look many different ways, right? You can be in your full plank, lowering and lifting with that one leg floating, tabletop, half plank, okay? Left leg floats. We only have 3 of these, you guys, okay? So we're gonna lower and lift. Lower and lift. One more. Good, and then when you're ready, we'll make our way into downward facing dog. Good, inhale in through the nose, big exhale out through the mouth. Good, seal the lips, inhale in through the nose, big exhale out through the nose this time. Looking up at the hands, gently traveling to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhaling, lengthening up halfway. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling to rise up to come all the way up to standing. Exhaling, hands at the heart center. Very nice, everyone. Inhaling, arms sweep up. Exhaling, folding forward, forward fold. Inhaling, lengthen up halfway. Exhaling, stepping back, plank pose, okay? And again, we want to imagine that block under our chest, okay? Elbows don't go directly to the side, right? They're almost in that little V position. We're gonna lower down halfway, chaturanga. You can lower all the way down if you need to, but you can flip the toes, coming up into your back bend, and then we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Good. Inhaling, looking up at the hands, gently traveling to the top of your mat. Inhaling, lengthen up halfway. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling to rise up to come all the way up to standing. Exhaling, hands at the heart center. Good, everyone. So wonderful, okay? We're just gonna, again, kind of put everything together, adding on here just a little bit, okay? But we're pretty much done with like majority of all the chaturangas, okay? All right, so from here, we're gonna step the right leg back behind us, coming into high lunge. Good, arms reach up over your head. Good, you guys are all so strong, stronger than you think you are, okay? Always fun to challenge ourselves by lifting a leg up off the ground, maybe lifting an arm up, okay? Yeah, exhaling, hands lower down, twisting, okay? So everything should look familiar. Okay, good. Good, inhale in, exhale, hands lower down. We're gonna straighten that front leg again, wide leg pyramid pose. And again, if this doesn't feel accessible to you today, right? You can do half split, same thing, okay? We're just stretching the hamstring. It can look different, it doesn't have to be the exact pose, just listen to your body. All right, so now we're gonna add on into the hips here a little bit, okay? We're gonna bend into the left knee. Right heel grounds down, okay? So your heels are lined up with each other. You got warrior two legs. Arms are gonna move into the inside of the left foot. We're gonna walk our hands towards the right diagonal. So not directly to the right. We want it towards the top of our mat, right diagonal. Hands will probably come up off the mat. And then we're gonna press our hips back. Spine is long like downward dog, but we're in warrior two in the legs. Okay, try to avoid your left knee collapsing in. Okay, so I'm gonna do a different angle. Keep holding there, keep breathing there, okay? So when we walk our hands towards the right diagonal, we wanna avoid the knee rolling in. We wanna press the knee out so it's still stacked on top of the knee and the knee still stacked on top of the ankle, okay? And then get that nice long spine here. Good, you guys. Okay, walk your hands in, around, or excuse me, into the inside of the left foot. Okay, you're gonna spin up onto those right toes, drop the back knee down, and then we'll walk the left foot out to the left a little bit for lizard's pose, okay? Yeah, any degree, any angle that feels good to you guys, okay, go for it. You know, we have that prop if you wanna use it to lower down onto your forearms. I feel a deeper stretch on my hands, sometimes on my fists, so again, listen to your body. We're not gonna stay super long. You just want us to get a really good stretch with that front hip flexor here, okay? Good, and I always think it's nice to see different angles of the knees and the hips, okay? And again, it's just really important to kind of honor this knee that's bent, okay? Don't wanna have your knee going past your toes or your heel lifted, so walk those toes forward, keep that foot planted and grounded, okay? Yeah, and then whichever direction the knee's going, the toes should be going that same way, or your knee should be going the direction of your toes. It's probably a little safer that way. So always think of where your toes are pointed, your knee should be pointing in that direction also. Okay, good, you guys. From here, we're just gonna back on out of this, walk that left foot back underneath you, okay? And then we're gonna step back, let's step back downward facing dog your way, okay? So again, I'm kind of done with the vinyasas for my personal self at the moment, but if you want to throw one in, go for it, okay? It's great. Just listen to your body. Child's pose is always an option. Tabletop, cat and cow. Good, we're gonna look up at our hands. We'll gently travel to the top of our mat. Forward fold. Inhaling to rise up to come all the way up to standing. Exhaling, hands at the heart center, okay? And we're gonna move to that second side. Left leg steps back, high lunge. Arms reach up over your head. Good. Inhale in, exhale, hands lower, twisting, left hand down, right arm up towards the sky. Good, inhale in, exhale, hand lowers, straighten the front leg, a wide leg pyramid pose, half split. Good, whatever you're working on, just opening up the back of that leg. Good, this is our third hamstring stretch. Okay, good, right knee bends, hands move into the inside of the right foot. Left heel ground. So again, heels are lined up with each other. Warrior two legs. Hands move off of the mat to the left. Left diagonal. And then warrior two, downward dog. All right. Good. And then just breathe. Good. Yeah. So warrior two legs. Good. Hands to the left. Pressing the hips back. Keeping that knee stacked on the ankle. Not letting the knee collapse in. We want to press it open. Big hip opener here. Okay, good. Look at your hands. Walk those hands in. Keep them in the inside of the right foot. You're going to spin up onto those left toes. Drop the back knee down. And you can walk that right foot out to the right a little bit for lizard's pose. Okay, good. Lowering down onto the forearms if that feels right to you. You can stay up with me if that feels better. Good. This side's really different for me. I have a lot of pain in the right knee, so I gotta really be mindful of how far my toes point out, the rotation in my hip. Okay, so again, just make all those adjustments you need for yourself. Okay, good, you guys. We're not staying super long here, okay? All right, we're going to come on up, gently walk that right foot back underneath you, okay? And then this time we're gonna step forward, forward fold, okay? So tuck those back toes under and then gently just make your way all the way up to the top of your mat, forward fold. Good, inhaling to rise up to come all the way up to standing, again, your way. Arms reach up over your head. Exhaling, hands at your heart center, okay? Shake it out if you need to, okay? We're gonna come into a little bit of balancing. You're welcome to come to a wall, a chair, okay? I've got my radiator, I got my AC, I've got it all right here for me, okay? So anything you need to use to help you with your balance, okay? So let's go ahead and start by grounding into the right foot. We're gonna turn that left knee out to the left, and we'll come up into tree pose, okay? Tree, any way you want. Baby tree, you can lift it up higher, pressing your legs into one another. Hands maybe come to your heart center. Nice soft gaze out in front of you. Try not to let your eyes wander. Okay, good. When you're ready, maybe the arms float up towards the sky. Just maybe. All right, staying here. Okay, or you're gonna bring that left knee up into your chest. Pause for a moment. Taking the left ankle, crossing it up and over your right knee. Figure four glute stretch, sitting back in that little chair. Hands can come back to your heart center, or you can reach your arms forward. Again, whatever feels best for you. Just breathing here. Be patient, be kind with your body. When we come out of this, we're gonna land in tree pose, okay? So just take your time. We're gonna start to rise up. We're gonna land in tree. Okay. And then when you're ready, you'll slowly lower your feet down, shake it out. Take a breath. So much harder talking and saying all of this, so try to really breathe. Try not to hold your breath, okay? So let the breath really flow through you, and notice like if you start to like hold tension, like, oh my gosh, what can the breath do to help you grow in your tree pose, grow in your balances, okay? All right, we're gonna switch sides. Take your time. You know what's coming, so you can kind of go at your own pace if you need to, okay? We're grounding into that left foot. Right knee moves out to the right. Tree anyway, right? You could do this whole thing with your foot on the ground. If you need to be rooted here, this is the place, right? Still lifting up out of the hips. When we come into the figure four, right, you just cross the ankle and sit back, okay? So listen to your body, listen to where you're at, okay? We're all working through different stages of our lives, different injuries, energy level, all these different things, okay? So we gotta take that in and worry about yourself on your mat. It's your practice, okay? Maybe the arms float. You guys. All right, right leg floats to the chest, maybe. All right, figure four glute stretch, right ankle over the left, sitting back in that chair, sitting back, breathing. Just let that breath go, let the breath support you. Ooh, this side's tight. All right, and then when you're ready, again, we're gonna land in that tree pose, okay? Any tree, when you're ready, baby tree, grounded tree. Maybe the arms are crazy branches. All right, and then we'll slowly ground the feet down, shake it out, shake it out. Very nice work, everyone. So, so wonderful, okay? All right. Oh my gosh, so many things to do. I have like 5 more things I want planned. Let's see if we can try to squeeze them in, okay? All right, inhaling, arms are gonna reach up over your head. Exhaling, folding, forward, forward, fold. Good, let's come into a little yoga ball. I'm just gonna back up a little bit here, okay? So we're gonna bend our knees a lot, okay? Heels will lift up off the mat, and then you're gonna let the knees separate a little bit. You can bring your arms in the inside of your legs and just round over here in this little ball pose. Good, and if that doesn't feel good with the knees out, you can stay in this neutral ball too, okay? Yeah. Okay, and then we're so close to the ground, just go ahead and lower your glutes down. Good, and then soles the feet together, knees out nice and wide. You can have a nice big diamond shape here. We're gonna fold forward, forehead will go behind the heels, okay? Arms can be over the top, or if you wanna slide them under your ankles, you're welcome to do that also, okay? Good. Just hold here, breathe here. You've made it. All that very hard standing work, core work, okay? You did it. Okay, good, you guys. Let's go and rise on up. Okay, we'll gather the legs together. You can scoot forward onto your mat so you can make your way onto your back. I'm gonna grab my block one little last time here just for some bridge poses. Okay, so again, whatever prop you have or don't have, you can use it or not use it, okay? So we're gonna set ourselves up for bridge. We're gonna take our block, yoga ball, okay, or excuse me, Pilates ball. I use it so much in yoga now, it's a yoga ball, okay. And we're gonna take the block in between the inner thighs, make sure it's not hitting your knee joints, okay, so you wanna lower, like right in the middle of your thigh bones here, okay. Arms down by your side, and then just like those little marches we did at the beginning of class, we're just going to, again, it's really small movement, we're gonna squeeze the block and release, okay? We wanna make sure the glutes are not kicking in. We only want the inner thigh muscles working here. And again, it's not like death grip, death squeeze. If you're even looking, watching this video, right? Doing it with me, you may not even see me squeezing the block, okay? So we're using like 30%, right? And it's more about the breath, abs kind of wrapping in, dropping down. Okay, so that again, we're using the right muscles to support our pelvic floor, our lower deep abdominal muscles. I know it sounds so ambiguous, okay, but we want to use those little small rotator muscles in the hips and the abs here, okay, not big muscles. So make sure those glutes are soft. Good, just a few more squeezes, and I'm really just following my breath, okay, so you can exhale to squeeze, inhale to release, and you want to use that slow yoga breath, right? So we're using really full breath, not quick breath, okay? You want to slow the breath down on this exercise. Okay, good. And again, you're welcome to ditch the block or you can keep a hold of it, okay? We're going to ground through the feet and then we're going to squeeze the block and we're going to roll up, coming up as high as you can, okay? Maybe the first bridge you're a little low, that's okay. And then exhaling, lower the hips right back down towards the ground. All right, we got 2 more. Inhaling, rolling up, lifting up, pressing up. Exhaling, lowering back down. 1 more. Again, squeezing the block gently, lifting the hips up. And exhaling, lowering right back down, okay? Just moving the arms. Arms are gonna reach towards the ceiling and then gently back behind you. Good. Inhale in, exhale, arms lower back down, nice and slow and evenly. Okay, we got 2 more. Inhaling, arms reach up and over. Exhaling, arms lower down. Good. 1 more. Inhaling, reaching back. Good. Exhaling, arms lower back down. Okay, good. And we're just going to put that all together, okay? Hips and arms move at the same time and arrive at the same time. Good. So inhaling, lifting the arms, the hips up, hips and arms arrive, and hold here. Breathe here. And again, if you have that block, squeeze it. Glutes are kicking in now. Hamstrings are engaged. Okay, stay for another inhale in. Exhaling, arms and hips lower down at the exact same time. Nice and slow. Okay, good. We got 2 more. Inhaling, lifting the hips, lifting the arms, arriving up at the top, pausing, holding here. And then exhaling, lowering all the way back down. Nice and slow. Good, you guys. 1 more. Inhaling, rolling up, lifting up. Arms and hips arrive. Inhale in, exhaling, lowering everything back down, nice and slow. Wonderful, good. Take that prop out of the way. The little window wipers here, shifting from side to side. Good, everyone. Okay, and then we'll gather those knees into the chest, give yourself a big hug, rock from side to side. We'll stretch the legs out nice and long. Arms reach up over your head. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhaling, gather those knees back into your chest. Good, and then from here we're gonna move into happy baby pose, okay? So we can grab the outer edges of your feet, separating the feet, pressing them up towards the ceiling, up towards the sky. Knees will separate, and again, if it feels good, you can rock from side to side, massaging again the hips, the low back. Good. If you want to open up one leg, then the other, you're welcome to do that also. Happy baby your way. Lots of different variations of happy baby too. Good. And then of course, if there's anything else you would like to do in your practice to feel complete, by all means, now is your chance to do so, okay? Anything that your body's asking for, go for it, okay? Otherwise, we're gonna make our way into Shavasana, okay? So I'm gonna do a couple different things, and again, you're welcome to join me in this as well. I'm gonna start the way, I'm gonna end the way we started, okay? So I'm gonna start in Supta Baddha Konasana. Okay, and then once my hips kind of start to get like a little tired, or I feel like I can't relax, I'm gonna just straighten my legs out. I might keep my hands, one hand at the heart, one hand at the navel, or you can also just let your arms gently open up into just regular Shavasana, okay? You're also welcome to just go into straight Shavasana here, okay? Okay, so let's just get ourselves ready for our final resting pose. Great place again. We're always going back to our breath, but now we just want to let go, okay? We want to feel the support of our body on the mat. We want to feel the earth holding us up, whatever floor we're on, okay, whatever level we're on, okay? We still want to always feel supported by Mother Earth, okay, so that we can really feel our bodies soften with that support. See if you can let go of any tension in your face and your jaw. Just letting anything no longer serving you really just melt away, melt off of you in this moment. You're welcome to stay as long as you'd like. When you're ready, start to deepen your breath, bringing awareness back into your bodies. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Gently shift your head from side to side. And you can start to invite a little bit of larger movement back into your body, bending your knees a few times, maybe bending through the elbows. When you're ready, you'll stretch your arms up over your head. Gather your knees into your chest. And when you're ready, you'll make your way onto your right side. Just pause there for a moment. And then using your arms and your legs to help you come on up to a seated position. Let your head be the last thing that arrives. Okay. We'll slowly come on up to get, again, to any comfortable seated position. Grab that block one last time to sit on top of it. Good. Joining your palms together to touch at your heart center. Drop the shoulders down. Take a nice big deep inhale in through the nose. Big exhale out through the mouth. Pressing your palms together firmly, just honoring and saluting the essence of yoga within yourself. Slowly just begin to smile in honor of your practice. Namaste, everyone. Thank you for joining me for class. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you all soon. Bye.